the Birmingham Christian Homeless Forum, working together with Thrive Together in Birmingham, decided to build on the success of the pilots of the church's winter night shelter that they set up and piloted last year for 2 weeks, and set up a church's winter night shelter using the housing justice model for a longer period of time, working with more churches. So this year we had 6 churches involved in the night shelter, each of them providing 1 night of accommodation, a hot meal and breakfast in the morning. More importantly than that, a warm welcome to homeless people in the city.
I think the shelter does more than give people a bed and a hot meal. I think it recognises each guy as an individual, as a human being with intrinsic worth and value. And that maybe is equally or more important than a bed and a hot meal.
I think the way it helped was obvious, particularly in the first couple of weeks, because the floor was absolutely covered with snow. It was totally and utterly perishing outside, and we just thought how awful it would be to be somebody who had to sleep out there. So from a very simple perspective, giving somebody somewhere dry to sleep, somewhere where they can hang out their clothes that are dripping wet through their socks, so that when they leave in the morning, they're leaving in dry clothes and with dry socks, and giving them sleeping bags and other things that they can use, but also giving people a place where they can talk to each other and enjoy each other's company.
Working with volunteers from churches, we had 6 churches involved, and from throughout the city we had 270 volunteers volunteering in the churches, whether that was putting up beds, blowing up beds, providing food. Some people cooked food and took the food into church to give out. Some people came and just spent time with the homeless guys, just kind of getting to know them, chatting over a cup of coffee, playing table tennis, playing pool, and just being there and listening to them.
They decided to have the volunteering opportunities over the winter, and it just struck me that I'd never thought about people being actually homeless in the sleeping rough over the Christmas period when I'm warm and having a good time. So that was the reason I thought I need to give back, you know.
The shelter itself housed 31 guests, 31 homeless people over the period of its running, and provided 321 bed spaces. It was successful in the way in which the churches worked together, in the way in which homeless people were made welcome, and in the way that care was shown to them. The church's winter night shelter was successful as well, in the way in which it gave churches and volunteers an opportunity to meet the needs of these vulnerable people.
One of the impacts that this has had on us as a church, clearly it has been of benefit to our beneficiaries, our guests, but I think it's important to recognise that it has a huge impact and a positive impact on us as a congregation. It's given us an opportunity to worship God through serving. It's also given us opportunities to make good contacts with other Christians with a similar heart. It's also raised awareness within our community of the type of issues with which the church is really active today.
We had 4 homeless people move on to accommodation. We had 1 find accommodation with a job. We had 1 move into supported accommodation, 1 into bed and breakfast, and 1 into private rented accommodation. And others did receive extra support from homeless services and continue to work with Cypher Fireside. Many volunteers shared a real understanding, a real growth in understanding, and a change in their attitude to homeless people. You know, that they are just like us, just like me, just like you.
The best thing about the shelter is, is the fact that, that it's volunteers that come in. They give up their own time. They give up, their own life really. Just to help us. To be able to give the support and the love. Because a lot of people, us being on the street, we don't feel loved, we don't feel accepted, we feel rejected. But here, we get accepted, we are loved. You know what I mean? And they show that by the work that they do.